Hello Flosstube, this is Cat from Cat Stitches. That's my video number 2. Slightly late with this video. We've had, after my last video, my youngest daughter got sick, and basically she had a really high temperature, coughing and whatnot. She's still coughing, but she's a lot better, so she's back at school. My other daughter has come down with a cough now. It's been manic. So, and yes, ended up having to drag my son to school Monday morning because he didn't want to go and he was trying to run off and stuff. But as a result of his behaviour that morning on the school run, the deputy head teacher saw his behaviour, and finally he's been referred to a child mental health team, which I've been asking school to do since he was in reception, which would be, he's in year 3 now, so 4 years. But because he wasn't displaying any behaviour at school, the school couldn't do anything, and now they can. So better late than never, I say. And he's going to get a bit more help at school. So, and we're talking about doing flexi schooling, where he goes to school in the morning and I pick him up at lunchtime and homeschool him for the afternoon, which he really wants to. He just wants me to homeschool him point blank, but we're going to try flexi schooling first. Anyway, that was my week, or 2 weeks. I did say that after Shannon's birthday I will do a video, and I'm a couple of days late than what I said I was going to do it, but obviously because I had the kids home and whatnot, I couldn't do my video. My hair's sticking up. But I am back. I have teeny ball, but it's not cross stitch, it's knitting, which I've picked up after my mum died. So I have my whips. I have no plans as of yet, although they're in my head. So I realised in my last video I told you I'd show you my cross stitch journal. I'm really sorry, I completely forgot. That's how bad my memory is. But anyway, I keep a journal of my whips in 2 little A5 size folders because they're not quite big enough to hold all my whips. So green one gets A to L. As the front cover. If you go on Facebook and you search for Cross Stitch Journal, there is a group where she's selling the printouts. She does different sizes. She does a happy planner size, A5, A4, so she does quite a bit. And then I get a list of whips and I put them there, so just to sort of see firsthand. And then each whip, I'm gonna, gets its own sort of information stuff. So it gets the name of the design, the designer, the date I started it and the date I've completed it, the threads used, fabric used, the stitched size, then the size after it's framed, and then the stitch count. And then I can put any substitutions, I can make any substitutions there that I made, who I've made it for, how I finished it, and then any extra notes. Yeah, so I've got quite a few. It's really worked for me. And then in my A4 folder, at the front I've got some this is my daily stitching log. Yep, this is for the year, and for each day I write in how many hours that day I stitched. So I hadn't stitched that day, but the next day I did 3 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour. So I don't get very long in the evening. This one, I just colour in the box of the day that I'm a new start. So it starts? Yes, new starts. You can see there's been quite a few new starts this year. This is my finishes. Yeah, not many there, is there? The May one, I don't know. I can't remember. I'm really bad. And in my whips list, current, you know, they're not in alphabetical order. They're literally as soon as I start one, I colour in that square on the starts grid, and then I write it down on my whips list of when I started it. Okay, then my tracking for November. Oh, I get the whip name there, and the numbers are basically how many stitches I got done on that project on that day. So you can see on the 6th I did Once Upon a Time and Daffodil Springs on both days, and I did 63 on Once Upon a Time and 206 on Daffodil Springs. You have to remember, it's all, when I look at the screen, it's all backwards. So I'm trying to read the numbers backwards. It's just a brighter page. I don't really write much on this one, so Easter Lily and So Many Books was my priority stitching for this month. And then again, just a calendar just to say what day I stitched on what. The arrows are like here. I worked on So Many Books that day, and the next day, and the next day. So instead of writing it out again in the box, I just put an arrow. Lazy. Yeah, so that is my journal. I need to print out some more to get ready for next year. And it works. So, right, my haul is knitting. I'll show you that one in a little while because that's what I'm currently doing. It's not a haul. I can't remember if I told you in my last video. I've started knitting a scarecrow, which my mum and I had dubbed Wurzel Gummidge. I don't know who knows about Wurzel Gummidge and Aunt Sally, the characters, scarecrow characters basically, from a long time ago. I used to have Wurzel Gummidge, and then my mum had loads of them. She just knitted loads. But the pattern came from Jean Greenhow, and I decided that I wanted to do a few more of hers. So I went on to eBay, and someone was selling a bundle, and I won. It was a bidding system. So the first one, and it came from the post the other day, the first one is Jemima, Jane and Friends, a charming collection of old-fashioned dolls and teddy bears. And some teddy bears, which I'm not, Teddy bears aren't my thing. Those are topsy-turvy dolls. You can turn them inside out. So one doll there and one doll there kind of thing. You just put the dress on. Not my day, you wouldn't put the dress on. And we have those dolls. We have Jemima Jane, that was on the front. I think she's quite cute actually. And that was that one. And then I got Jean Greenhouse Jiffy Nets. The exciting new craft of garter stitch strips. So, well, this is food. More food, just random food. Some bunny and a chick. Is that a hot cross? Yeah, it's a hot cross bun. We have spider looking things, which I won't be doing because I don't like spiders. We have a robot. Have more food. We do have the Halloween crew. Yeah, so that was that one. And then I got Jean Greenhouse for Christmas special. I got this because when I looked on her website, she gives the option where you can look at what's in the book. And there was nativity scene. So that's why I wanted this one. And I'm so glad it was in that bundle. Santa and his wife are bonus. The Santa and his wife. I did attempt to start, but I did struggle with where you have to increase knitwise into every stitch. The wool was getting really tight on the needles, and I'm my first time knitter, so I sort of gave up for a bit. Right, this one, next one is a topsy-turvy doll of Cinderella. So there is her in her rag dress, and then when you turn her over, there she's Cinderella. So rag on the bottom, Cinderella on the top. And then we have stockings with a baby one on the back, which I don't need anymore because all my babies have grown up. I just tell them they're not allowed to grow up, but apparently they're not Peter Pan. Polar bear and a reindeer. It's so cute. I just realised how much stuffing I'm going to have to buy. Ah! Nativity sign! How cool is that? I've always wanted to make my own, and I don't want to stitch one because it's not 3D. So now I'm going to knit one. There may be a lot of chaos in because I've only just started knitting, so I'm still trying to get the hang of it. There's some ornaments for the tree. Snowman. And then this one has to be done. The robin. After my husband's grandmother died, we started seeing robins everywhere. So, and little mini characters. I suppose you could put them on the tree as well. If they're small enough, you could. Right, it says this is a muff. Oh right, okay. So you put your hands inside. That's quite clever, actually. I might make that myself. Tea cozies. Not that I have a teapot, but I'm sure someone in the world still has a teapot. My cup of tea comes straight from the kettle now. We don't. I think my dad's probably the only one I know who still uses a teapot. So, oh, and that was it. Yeah, so that was my haul for this week. I did get some DMC thread, but DM3 thread. You know, you've seen one, you've seen them all. I'll show you my whip for the knitting because it's really quick. So this was what started me off. Oh, and there's Grandpa and Grandma at the back. I have started to stitch. Well, officially on here, his name is Sam. Sam the Scarecrow. In my world, he's Wurzel Gummidge. Now, Patsy! Shh! There's another dog barking outside, so she's set my door off. I didn't have any grey. My stitching is coming out. So I started on the trousers as per instructions. Oh, they're cute. I know I can stretch them out, but I did realise later on it said stocking stitch. Now I thought you just knit across, then knit back, knit across, knit back, knit across, knit back. Yeah, I didn't realise it was supposed to knit across, then pole back, and that's what stocking stitch is. So technically they may be too small, and I may have to do them again, which I don't mind doing because it was quite fun. But I don't want to waste all that wool, so I may just see. You know, it's still stretchy enough. I know, you never know. I'll have to give it. I'll give it a go, but it doesn't look like the same on his trousers. You see, you've got the thick line, and then you've got that really sort of dotted line there. It's not like that. I know that's from the purling, so I may just do it again. I don't know. I've been giving up and trying again on my knitting all week, and I just don't like how the tops. You can't see. I don't like how the tops like that. It's like it feels like knotted, but I can only but try. I've got like 12 balls of wool in my stash. I've got a deal on eBay that was like buy 10 and then you get 10% off, and I bought 12 balls of different colours. They didn't have red, they didn't have white, they didn't have grey, and I was just like, really? They didn't even have cream, so I had to get flesh colour. But the pattern calls for cream. I thought, well, flesh, it's creamish enough. Anyway, oh wow, you just slipped down. I'm going to have to put something else in front of you. Hang on. Ah, we stayed. Fantastic. Now, the last 2 weeks I have been stitching mostly every day. I've had a couple of days where I didn't, you know, just too tired or whatnot. So Easter Lily got worked on for one day and I did 200 stitches. I'm just going to go and find her now. Mwaha. Found it. If you remember this, this is Card Easter Lily from Her and Knife Designs. This one was from my mum, if you remember. I don't get my phone's out of battery, so I can't show you the picture. But it's on Heaven and Knife Designs, Card Easter Lily by Sinead Jones. And the pattern is absolutely beautiful. So I've enjoyed that one. Yeah. Lisa from No More Lost Needles did these for me. It's me and my mum at Christmas. And there's my mum. Yeah, so that got 200 stitches in on the first, which was fun. But I've gone a bit mad on so many books. I did put Epic Princess Storybook for Chaos Factory down to be worked on, and I haven't pulled it out at all this month. Oh, I made a start on QS Treasure Hunt bookshelves once upon a time. You know, the one with just the book by Amy Stewart. I made a start. I did 63. Only 63 stitches. Because I ran out of the colour. I didn't realise I had so little amount of it. So, which was the DMC I bought. I just haven't got it back out again because I've gone a bit nuts on my so many books. Patsy. Sorry, I've got Patsy. Has decided to lick the floor. I don't know what she finds so interesting about the floor, but she does. Right. And that was worked on the 6th. I'm not going in order, I'm sorry. But it's just slightly confusing. Daffodil Springs got worked on the 6th as well, and 7th. And I did 206 stitches on the 6th and 281 on the 7th. Patty! Leave her shoes alone. There we go. I got that column done. So, not a huge lot, but better than nothing, I say. Oh. So it's been... Oh, I did get a little more haul. I'll have to, if you're willing to sort of stare at Black Bank Wall, I'll get it out in a bit. Right, Faces of Fairy 71 was worked on the 8th, and it got 126 stitches in it. You're not really going to... Yeah. Basically, I'm doing this cross country on this one, just by page by page. I was going to do extreme cross country, but I got bored of the black. So, all this brown here, and around there, and some up there, got done. So, I don't do cross country that much because it's really hard to do when you've got kids around. Because you're working cross country and then the kid distracts you, or someone wakes up at night. You forget where you were. Whereas when I do 10 by 10 blocks, I know where I am. It's just easier for me, and I if the kids are awake but they're they're just chilling out or something, I can get my stitch out if I'm doing 10 by 10 blocks and get 100 like one 10 block done. So I'll get 100 stitches in while they're sitting there, because it's not confetti heavy. Anyway, okay, this one is of my mum. I'm gonna go and get my phone so I can actually show you. So please excuse me. This a picture was charted for me. Yep, here we go. That is my mum. She was 18, I think. So a lady from, it was a lady on Facebook, Donna Glover, or Donna Clover, I think it's Glover, Donna Glover. She's in Cross Stitch Friends in the UK, and she has her own Facebook page. I think it's Custom Crafts Charts or something. Anyway, she charted 3 photos for me. Yeah. She's done that one. She did that one. Me and my husband on our wedding day, and then she did that one. Would you believe I'm 5 months pregnant in that one with Shannon? So yeah, she's charted 3 of those for me. So I made a start on Mum's. This was worked on 9th. I only put 100 stitches in because I just wanted to get it started so I can go back to it. There are a lot of greens in this, albeit very dark greens. You just don't expect a black and white picture to have green in it, do you? Yeah, so that was that one. And in so many books, so little time, got so much done. I've nearly got a page finished, albeit it's a partial page, but still a page finish. I worked on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 11th, 12th, 13th and the 14th. I'm not going to count the stitches. It's 320, 113, 71, 99, 118, 120, 140 and then 126. There it is. Just got another side, so I've just got that little bit there to do, and then I'm gonna work up to the top, then come back down to the bottom, and then work up, or I may start at the top and come down. I don't know. I'll know more when I get to the top. It's cool, isn't it? I love it. I absolutely love it. It's the first time I've worked like this as well. I've never worked from the bottom up, so I'm having to say to myself, right, when I'm parking, instead of putting parking my stitches in the top left of the next stitch, I have to park it in the bottom right of the next stitch. I did forget on this block that I've parked here, so but I know that they're in the top left, so when I go into the next box I'll do bottom right. I can't wait. I might keep that out and do a bit more stitching because Shannon's not home until like 12:15. Yeah, so that was my stitching for this month. I did get a gift from my group, it's a very small group of sisters, well literally sisters now, so one of them is my ordinary mum. Hi Pam, if you're watching. But one of the ladies sent me some fabric. I've got a feeling I think that's 28. No, it looks 32 count. You know when you do 28 count and you try and look at it and you go, right, if I go over to 2, does that look like a 14 or a 16 count? This looks like it would be 16 count, so small piece, but it'll be enough like a Clouds Factory design. And a glisten gloss in rainbow. Oh, can you see the glisten? She did send me a book as well of magic. It's magical book. It's underneath a few other books at the minute, so yeah. I'll go and see if I can get it out. I will have it for my next video though. I had post yesterday, and there was a red card from the Royal Mail. You know, you weren't in. Well, I was. You just didn't knock, so they put a red card from the door, and which meant I had to go and pick up my parcel this morning. Hang on. I was thinking, well, it says Catherine Mulcahy on it, so it's not from eBay because I use my maiden name on eBay. What could it be? And I thought it couldn't be from my group because I'm known as Cat on my group. Even on Facebook, I'm known as Cat Mulcahy. So, thought maybe it's my Chromatic Alchemy Advent exchange, Advent parcel thing. No. So Santa's helper. It's my group. We did an Advent exchange, gift exchange. It's the 24 presents to open for the 24 days leading up to Christmas. So it's, I can't wait. I just like want to go in and unwrap everything and see what I've got. But I'm being good, and my husband's monitoring me, making sure I don't cheat. So I'm waiting for Chromatic Alchemy one as well. I ordered the 6 pieces of fabric and 6 gifts. So I would have gone for the full 24 days, but it was a bit too much money. So yeah. My plans for the next 2 weeks. To be honest, I'm going to be working a lot on so many books, so little time, and I'm going to be working on Mum's picture one. I'm going to be attempting to keep knitting. I may sort of take a break from Wurzel because I don't want to get frustrated with him, and try another one of her designs. I do have another one coming through the post actually. Let's see if I can find a picture. Purchases. Oh, and I ordered a digital finger ring thing. You know, like a knitting counter, and you put it on your finger, and once you've done a stitch or a row, you press the button and it counts it for you. I got one of them because I keep losing count. Especially when it's a child who decides to count with you backwards. But I've ordered that one as well. I thought it was so cute. I was going to get the mascot ones, but I decided not to. So I have got that coming, but because I only have like 2 or 3 paydays left till Christmas now, and I still have so much to buy for my kids, you know, because my son has asked Santa for spy cam. Now I've got him a little spy kit from Argos, but I want to get something else to add on to it because it's really small, and he's anyway, my daughter's asked for a walking talking doll. Not really very expensive, but I'm gonna have a look anyway. And my youngest daughter wants a Peppa Pig house. Now if anyone knows Peppa Pig, needs know that Peppa Pig needs taking down a notch or 2. She's so I really hate Peppa Pig. She's rude. She gets away with so much stuff. She's spoiled. She doesn't even wear a seatbelt in the car. She just dumps it. But my daughter loves her. So she had a birthday, and I got her some of the characters. So she was happy. She was happy with her kitchen. I got her a wooden kitchen. She absolutely loves it. She's always cooking something. So, but I need to get her some more stuff for her kitchen for Christmas as well. So, and then Ty just wants like Xbox games and stuff. Yeah. They grew up so fast. I don't know how it happened. Do you know my eldest turned 18 on Monday? 18. I don't know how that happened. I did tell them I'm not allowed to grow up. Oh well, because I'm getting old. I feel it most days. So yeah, but as I said, for the next 2 weeks it'll probably be mum's picture. There's so many but so little time chart, and I'm going to try and work on a small one if I can find the patience. And that'll either be Epic Princess Storybook by Klaus Factory, or it'll be the Greek Gods and Goddesses by Klaus Factory, because I'm doing that one for my son, and he's starting to get impatient. So yeah, well, I'm having fun, and I'm trying my knitting. I am trying a bit of crochet, and I know lots of people say that crochet is actually supposed to be easier than knitting, but I have found that the knitting is easier, unless I need to increase the stitch, where I'm being left with a massive hole in my stitching where I've increased the stitch. So I'm trying to work out how to fix that. Anyway, I will see you in 2 weeks, which, let me look at my calendar, because my brain doesn't work. Oh, ironically the 30th. Yeah, it will either be the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, or the 3rd and 4th of December. So, because it won't be the 1st of December because it's Saturday and the kids are at home. So, have fun stitching, and if you want to leave any questions that I may answer, leave them in here in the comments. I may do like a quick extra video before then to show off my other widths. I promise. I haven't got time to do it today, so I may try Monday or Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday. Okay. Bye.